Welcome to the entire story of existence. Here, you'll find all the rules of the game for wealth, which begins in your mind. Stay tuned so you don't miss a single update. What if I told you that everything, your coffee mug, your best friend's laugh, the Wi-Fi that fails exactly when you need it, was once a perfectly uniform fog of almost nothing? That every love story, every cat video, every just one more episode decision is the late-game side quest of a 13 billion year adventure. What is the single oldest thing you've ever touched? Was it a fossil? A Roman coin? Maybe a really, really old cheese in the back of your fridge? Well, I'm about to ruin that for you, because the oldest thing you will ever touch is yourself. Every atom in your body, every speck of dust on your shelf, the air you're breathing right now, it's all ancient. We're not just living in history. We are history. The story of everything that ever was is happening right here, right now, inside you. But how did it all get here? I'm not just talking about you or me or humans. I'm talking about everything. From the absolute mind-bending nothingness before the beginning to the screen you're staring at right now. To understand how we got here, we need three things: a universe, a lot of patience, and snacks. Preferably stardust flavored, but salt and vinegar chips will do. Here's the cheat sheet. Existence, as far as our best models go, begins not with a bang you'd hear, but with an expansion, space itself stretching like fresh pizza dough. From that blistering start emerged particles, forces, atoms, stars, planets, life, TikToks, and yes, probably you, watching this at 1.25x speed. Along the way, chaos learned choreography. Simplicity learned how to make complexity, and complexity learned to ask questions. For most of human history, our origin stories were the domain of myth and religion. They were beautiful, poetic, and gave us a place in the cosmos. A god spoke, a cosmic egg hatched, a giant was dismembered to form the world. These stories weren't wrong. They were the first drafts of our curiosity. But then, a few centuries ago, we got a new tool: science. And science, my friends, is the universe's way of telling its own autobiography. It doesn't always give us the comforting answers we want, but it gives us something even better. A story so bizarre, so epic, and so utterly unbelievable that no human mythmaker could have ever dreamed it up. The redshift of galaxies telling us the universe is expanding. The faint afterglow of heat from the Big Bang, still bathing the cosmos like the warm hood of a car on a summer day. The chemical fingerprints in the stars that tell us without a doubt that we are made of star stuff. The void with a temper. The first picoseconds. So let's start at the beginning. Except there was no before the beginning. Time itself is part of the story. So we set our clock to Tijuana. What happened before the beginning? We don't know. That's not a cop-out. It's a feature. Time as we measure it starts at the beginning. Asking what came before might be like asking what's north of the North Pole. Still, mathematicians flirt with wild ideas: quantum foam, bouncing cosmologies, multiverses like cosmic bubble tea, pearls of universes suspended in a larger brew. Are we a lonely latte or part of a whole cafe? Jury's out. But our story needs a stage, so all the energy, all the space, all the potential for everything, you, me, every galaxy, every donut, was contained in a point smaller than a single atom. In a fraction of a second so small it's meaningless to us, the universe underwent inflation. It expanded faster than the speed of light. Yes, that's allowed. Space itself can do that. It's a cosmic cheat code. From subatomic to the size of a grapefruit in less than a billionth of a second. Talk about a growth spurt. The universe gets its act together. First 3 minutes. As it expanded, it cooled. And as it cooled, energy could finally condense into matter. But it was a shaky start. Inflation. A sudden, stupendous stretch of space. Imagine drawing a smiley face on a balloon and then inflating it a trillion times. Tiny quantum jitters in that balloon. Inflation stretches them into the seeds of galaxies. It's like the universe shook out a blanket and the wrinkles became everything. Particles and their evil twins, antiparticles, were blipping into existence and immediately destroying each other. It was a cosmic bar fight where everyone was both the puncher and the punchy. But for some reason, a slight 1 in a billion asymmetry, there was a tiny bit more matter than antimatter. For every 10 billion annihilations, one single matter particle was left standing, dazed and confused. That is the stuff we're made of. You, me, this planet. We are the leftover confetti from the universe's most destructive party. We are the cosmic crumbs. And from those crumbs, the first simple particles fused. Quarks formed protons and neutrons. Within the first 3 minutes, the protons and neutrons were themselves fusing, creating the nuclei of the first, simplest elements, hydrogen and helium. A little bit of lithium, too. The universe's recipe, at this point, was bland. 75% hydrogen, 25% helium. That's it. Not a single carbon atom for a decent piece of toast. The Dark Ages and First Dawn. For the next 380,000 years, the universe was a hot, opaque fog. Light couldn't travel freely because it was constantly being absorbed and re-emitted by this dense plasma. It was like being inside the sun. Then, a momentous day. The universe cooled enough for electrons to be captured by atomic nuclei, forming stable neutral atoms. The fog lifted. Suddenly, light decouples, races across space, and we can still see its afterglow today. The cosmic microwave background. It's basically the universe's baby picture. Grainy, adorable, and scientifically priceless. The screen clears from a blinding white fog to a dark, starry sky. The cosmic microwave background radiation is shown as a static-filled map. And that first flash of clear light, we can still see it. It's the cosmic microwave background. It's the baby picture of the universe, redshifted and cooled over 13 billion years into a faint microwave whisper. Your old analog TV. About 1% of the static was this, the afterglow of creation. The first star. It must have been a terrifyingly beautiful sight. A behemoth, hundreds of times the mass of our sun, burning ferociously and dying young in a spectacular supernova. And in its death throes, it did something miraculous. It forged the heavier elements. Carbon, oxygen, iron, gold. All the ingredients for planets and for life were cooked in the hearts of those first doomed stars. They lived fast, died young, and littered the cosmos with the building blocks of us. Our humble adobe, 4.6 billion years ago to now. Fast forward a few billion years. Our Milky Way galaxy is a bustling metropolis of stars. In a quiet, unremarkable spiral arm, a cloud of gas and dust, enriched by the ashes of long-dead stars, begins to collapse. A stunning animation of the solar system's formation. The center ignites. That's our sun. The leftover debris clumps together, and in the Goldilocks zone, not too hot, not too cold, a rocky planet forms. It was a hellscape, molten rock, bombarded by asteroids. One such impact likely sheared off part of it to form the moon. Charming, but then it cooled. Water, delivered by icy comets, condensed into oceans. And in those deep, dark waters, something happened. Non-living chemicals organized themselves in a way that could copy themselves. The first fragile, self-replicating molecule. Was it RNA? Something else? We don't know the exact how, but we know it happened. Life, against all odds, began. And from that single, simple origin, evolution took over. A 4 billion year unbroken chain of life. From the first cell to the trilobite, from the dinosaur to the shrew-like creature that hid from the asteroid, all the way to the ape that stood up, looked at the stars, and started wondering how it all began. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe the entire story of existence to stay up to date with the latest news. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss a thing. See you next time.